What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning into this. You gotta forgive me, this is my first time doing this, so excuse the bumps and the little glitches and stuff like that if you come across any. I also gotta apologize because when I first started shooting this, I was sick as hell. I mean, like really sick. But it kind of worked out because you guys can actually get to see that part about the business. It doesn't matter if you're sick or not, whatever. But if you like the video, hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below what you want to see, if you liked it, what you didn't like, and please share this. So, got a show tomorrow. I'm so sick, but I feel like I'm on fire. But I always usually, like the day before, I always try to get stuff ready so that way I'm not rushing to get out of the door, especially right now because I'm not feeling that good. So I want to just get everything done in the bag, and that way tomorrow rolls around, I'm not last minute doing things. I hate, it's one of the things I hate more than anything, being last minute and trying to get things together, running out the door. I always try to get everything done, so that way I can relax before the show, kind of get my mind in the game instead of trying to run around. I like to pack everything like the night before, I get everything, so that way it's like, okay, I want to leave at 3 o'clock, I'm leaving at 3 o'clock, not, oh, it's 2:50 and I'm still trying to get shit together and I'm rushing around, blah, blah, blah. So, this way I can kind of take my time and, make sure I have everything a few times. Oh, damn it. Oh. That's his best friend, huh? Can't imagine. Ooh. I don't even know. I'm lost where I'm at. Like I said, I'm not feeling that good. I'm trying to shoot this stuff. Just trying to get everything ready for tomorrow. And hopefully I feel a little better for tomorrow. But we'll see. That's a great way to start this video. Just got to Flint, Michigan. PPW tonight. Sick as fuck. I got the flu. Obviously, I'm puking my brains out. But I mean, the show has to go on. I'm main eventing tonight, and it's not like this is something we've been building for a while. That's part of the business, It's just, show must go on. Yes, I'm sick. Still gotta go out there and do my thing. Just kind of hope for the best. Hope you don't puke in the ring. Hope you don't shit yourself in the ring. It is what it is, Breaking my shit already. Okay, now I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna say hi to everybody. When my breath smells like puke, and it's gonna be awesome. Let's do this.
Let's see, it's after the at the Michinoku.
Driver, yep.
Yep, so after the Michinoku, we're going to come up,
Okay.
go back and forth a little bit, and I'll get him to the corner.
All right.
You need to be on the other side of me.
Okay, behind you?
Yep, because I'm going to go to whip him.
Corner.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Or close to him.
I've been walking over graves, carving out the headstone that I own, my own. I'm like a monster in a cage, trapped inside a maze. I am home, I'm home. I'm here and gone, I'm dead and done. I know there's nothing I can change, and I regret the things I didn't say. I resent how I walked away. Now I'm digging my own grave. Now I'm digging my own grave.
Fuck, I hope he's alright on that DDT. You good? Oh, god damn, dude.
Did the flippy deal go all right?
Yeah, the dude flipped fell fine. The cloud up the DDT scared the shit out of me.
Oh, fine.
Was it fine?
Yeah.
God damn.
I got caught up on this, trying to get get my legs in position.
Yeah, yeah.
And I caught the ropes caught here, and I was
wondering
like
what
kind of trying to pop myself up over.
Yeah, because I was pulling you, and I'm like, what? And he's like, no, you fucking heavy-ass bastard, come on.
my knee pads grabbed the rope, and I was stuck.
Yeah, and I like went forward and pulled you, and you didn't roll like I thought you were going to.
No.
You
Yeah,
kinda,
no,
like,
I
get down.
spiked myself a little bit. Yeah, no, I wanted to.
All right.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Holy shit.
Night after PPW. Still feel sick as hell. It's not going to stop me from getting my cheat meal. Movie night. Don't tell my trainer. Check out this old fart. Pretty soon my beard's gonna match the same. We're gonna look the same. So trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for a cheat meal. Cheat meal and movie night. Wreck-It Ralph, baby. Woo! Just typical Sunday routine for me. Going to fruit prep in a minute here. So much cooking to do. So much things to do. And we're sitting down to alcohol because my girlfriend's an alcoholic.
Hey.
You don't see me with any beer.
Huh?
I ain't drinking. I already feel like I'm gonna puke enough as it is. While we wait, while my lovely, beautiful girlfriend picks out some booze, which I'm not really frowning upon because I'm probably gonna get some tonight because you're gonna be drunk as shit. Let's see what's in the basket. Let's flip this thing around. So, got spinach, top round steak. You know, oh, don't mind the pop. You didn't see the pop. No, this is diet. Diet's got nothing in it but chemicals. You know, good for you, and the eggs and you know everything basic you need. So here's your protein, eggs, protein. You need your greens. You need your carbs. You know spices, stuff like that. You know, I got more fish down here. So this is your basic is your basic. You want your protein, you want your carbs, and a certain fat. Usually I use oil or some kind of like almonds or something like that for the fats.
Wait.
Copyright law.
Jesus Christ, scared the shit out of me. Copyright law.
Copyright law. Get the hell out of here.
You think the car's coming or something?
What's the problem of going shopping after church gets out? Because I'm too fucking lazy to get my ass up and go before church gets out and gets swamped with people. In the ghetto. See if there's any hookers out here this time. See, always usually be a hooker right outside a strip club. Hookers? Any hookers? Hey baby, we love you long time. $2 sucky sucky. Ah man, usually right on that corner is a hooker. Don't ask me how I know that.
This is because Brian refuses to make more than one trip with the groceries. And look at that. Can't even close the trunk. Jesus Christ.
Spots up it. There's someone wanting to hold the camera instead of helping me.
Shame. God got you for that.
No, this nothing but God shit. That's an easy lawsuit to my landlord. I'll be watching it.
I got it on camera.
No, he doesn't salt any of it.
There's nothing I can change, and I regret the things I didn't say. I resent how I walked away. Now I'm digging my own grave. Now I'm digging my own grave. Is there peace beyond the rage? Tell me where this truly all went wrong. Went wrong. I've been walking through the graves, dancing with the lonely and the strong.
That's like serious music, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think Angela Lansbury, like, she has that, like, dick-sucking Cockney,
Yeah,
dirt,
yeah.
like, gutter slut accent. Every time.
And I regret the things I didn't say. I resent how I walked away. Now I'm digging my own grave. Now I'm digging my own grave.
So Sundays are usually my food prep days. We just got done food prepping. I forgot to look at the time. I think it took us about 3 hours this time. Depending on what my trainer wants, it usually changes from time to time. So depending on that, but usually it's around the same thing. It's not too hard. Just usually just getting the rations right and measuring and doing all that. But I had a show today in Westland that got canceled. Not really complaining because I'm pretty tired and beat up from last night and just still getting over being sick. So I'm not really complaining, not working tonight.
Yeah, boy. My number one go-to spot. Some Wendy's, man. Love Wendy's. Love it. About to go inside, tear this place up. About to get my cheat meal, not day.
Oh God, yes. Have you seen anything more beautiful? Except for these goddamn tomatoes. Fuck. All my dogs all up on me right now. Because I said the bad word. Damn tomatoes. Whoever invented tomatoes needs to be shot, hung, stretched, disemboweled, and poisoned. Either way, I'm about to enjoy this burger. Oh, yes.
Alright guys, I'm on my way down to Live Pro Wrestling in Fremont, Ohio. And on my way down, we got about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive down there. While I'm down there, I might as well ask or do some of your guys' questions you asked. So let's get started. I wrote down some good questions and yeah, let's do this. So the first question I got was, when did I first start and who inspired me? Alright, I started back in 2001. I actually was going to get trained down at Dan DeBee Severance School, and I found in a newspaper article a school in Livonia, TZW actually was running it, and I went down there, and that's when I actually met up with Truth Martini. Truth Martini was the major part of training me, and I also met Brian Shotwell down there, and Brian Shotwell had a good share of helped me get to where I'm at right now too. And as far as inspiring me, actually, Truth was a big inspirer to me. He's my mentor, and not everything I do is for him, but you know, I owe him a lot. You know, and I really, you know, a lot of things I do are for him. You know, because I want him to believe in me. Because like the class that I had in was like almost like the dream class. I mean, you had Alex Shelley in there, Chris Sabin, Jimmy Jacobs, Zach Gowen, you know, and you know, it was me, and I was the only one that really didn't do anything because of some stuff I'm not going to get into. But yeah, still here, still kicking it. Second question was biggest bump I've ever taken. So this is funny. This is back when I was actually on tour with AWWL. And they put me in the ring with Crowbar. I'm not too sure if a lot of people remember Crowbar, old WWF or E, whatever you want to say now, wrestler. And it was me and Crowbar, and we're doing our thing in the ring, and we're brawling outside the ring. And he sits me on a chair, and he says, "Stay there, I'm going to crossbody you from inside the ring." Okay, whatever. So he does a crossbody from inside the ring, and I'm on the outside of the ring sitting on his chair. And when he hit me, I wasn't expecting the hit to be that hard. Like that chair completely disintegrated, and I hit the concrete so hard that my head bounced off the concrete. And all he said to me is like, when we landed, he's like, "You all right?" And I was like, No, I bounced my head off the concrete, man. So he had to go run around and entertain the crowd for a minute, interact with the crowd for a minute, while I was trying to get my head straight, figure out where the hell I was at. As far as that, I've taken some weird bumps there. I had Big J. He gave me a back body drop one time. He's so tall that like when I went up, I really didn't think I was coming down. Like I was up for a while, and it scared me. And I was like waiting for the mat. It seemed like for 5 hours. You know, that scared me. But as far as that, I got a bunch of little ones. Nothing really compared to those two. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Well, that one's a rocky one for me because I know I don't have much time left. I know when I'm 40, I don't plan on doing this. You know, so that's why I'm kind of pushing so hard, trying to make something happen. You know, unless I make it or get signed or something like that, you know, then I'll continue. But as far as 10 years from now, I don't know about that. You never know. Never say never, right? So we'll see. My dream match, alive or dead. That's a really difficult question to answer, the dream match, because there's so many people out there. Just like kind of like this is almost like an impossible question. Just like who's your favorite wrestler? It's an impossible question for me to answer because I have so many favorites. You know, from you know, The Undertaker to Bret Hart to Shawn Michaels to Randy Savage. I mean, they're all my favorites because they're all different in their own little ways. They all work differently, so it's hard to explain. It's hard to say, oh, this guy's my favorite, because I have my favorites for every little reasons. You know, but if I really had to pick who my dream match, oh man, I would actually love to work with Macho Man. Oh man, like of all the workers, I don't know, you know, there's a lot of great ones, but I would love to work with Macho Man. That would be awesome. Favorite match I've ever done. I got a lot of good matches that I've really done. One of my favorite actually was for Detroit Style Wrestling versus Aiden Prince. Me and Aiden Prince just clicked, man, and it was like, man, it was such a good match, and it was in front of like 10 people. it killed me. But other than that, like the matches I had with Truth were awesome. My first match actually was with Truth, and of course with him being my trainer and all. That I actually, being honest, that was some of my favorite matches with me and Truth, because me and him, we used to tear it up. And the funny part about it is, like, back then, my way my hair was, and because I trained under Truth and like everything I did, I did exactly what he told me to do. That I got to the point where I sounded and moved just like him. So we would get to the shows, and the promoter would ask me or ask him if I was his brother, because the way my hair looked, the way I moved, the way I talked, everything was actually just like him. It was pretty funny. But as far as Truth, yeah, Aiden Prince, me and him tore it up. There's a lot of good ones that I really enjoyed, but those are like really two that I really stand out in my head. There's a good one. Where did I get the idea for Asmodeus? The idea for Asmodeus came from because Buddy Handlin was good, and I really like Buddy. I've been doing Buddy forever, but it got to the point where I was starting to look around and starting to see the same crap everywhere. And like, what was really a game changer for me is that a certain worker, I'm not name dropping or anything like that, a certain worker seen me do a Ring of Honor show, and he started doing the same gimmick I was doing with the mask and all this stupid bullshit, just pretty much ripping off my gimmick, and I was like, I got to a point, it's like, I got to do something different, because it's something that's really been aggravating me a lot lately, is when I look around the business, when I go to all these shows, it's like, what's going to make you stand out? I mean, you go to show, you get the same guys, look the same stuff with the same gear. I mean, this guy does this, does this, does this. The next match, the guy does this, does this, does this. And it's like, that's what got to me. It's like, okay, what can I do that's going to stand out for me, that's going to make me look different compared to Joe Schmo that just went out there and he's got the same, black trunks on, with the kick pads on, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I contacted a good friend of mine. His name's John Donovan. If you're not aware of who John Donovan is, he is the owner and creator of Theater Bazaar. And if you don't know what Theater Bazaar is, god damn it, do your homework. Theater Bazaar, Detroit.com, look it up. It's, biggest, greatest Halloween party. It's the easiest way for me to explain it you've ever seen in your life. It's pretty much an 8-story Halloween party. Look it up. It's crazy. But anyway, so me and John sat down, and I told him the ideas. I told him I wanted to do something different. I told him I wanted to do, let's do something like a demon gimmick, something creepy. And I actually started looking up names, like real like demon names. I wanted something that had an impact, here comes Brian down from the ring, blah, blah, everyone's got that same generic name and stuff like that. So I wanted something a little different, and I started looking up all these names, and I actually found another name, and I can't remember it off the bat right now, and it had a really good ring to it, but when I Googled it, I think like the movie Sinister came up. I think that's what it was. And it was all about Sinister, and I was like, nah, I didn't want that. I wanted, when people like Googled my name, I wanted like the demon to come up. I didn't want nothing under under the name. So the next name I looked at was Asmodeus. And Asmodeus is the king of demons. He's a ruler of 9 different hells. And then when you actually Google that, you'll see that. When you Google that, you'll see, what he's about and stuff like that. So that's what I thought. And yeah, I had a couple people say, yeah, it's kind of tricky to say. Some people say Asmodeus, Asmodeus. you know, there's different ways of saying it. I've researched it. I've seen so many people say it so many different ways, but however you want to say it. And people are saying, yeah, it's kind of hard to remember, kind of tricky. But honestly, some of these New Japan guys, if they can remember their names, they can remember my name. You know, it's not that hard. And I just like the name because, you know, like I said, King of Demons. It has an impact to it. So John Donovan was nice enough to sit down and make a concept art for me, and from one of my old pictures. Actually, I gave him some of my old pictures as Buddy, and he put them on his computer, and he did rendering drawings on top of it and did layers, and he sent me the picture, the finished project, and I was just like blown away. I was like, this is sweet. I mean, it looks great. It looks different compared to everybody else. Like no one else is going to be doing this. I mean, that's how we got the ball going, and through connections from Theater Bazaar is how I got the gimmick up and going. You know, the belt, the leather belt. A good friend of mine, she's the one that made all the gear, and let me tell you, it was fucking expensive. The gear is really expensive, but once again, it's one of those things, you know, it's like, what are you going to do to stand out? You know what I mean? So I'm going to drop all this money, and look at it. Does it stand out? Yeah. Does it look different than anybody else? Yes. I mean, so that's where the idea, and that's my whole motive behind Asmodeus, is just trying to be a little different, you know, from what anybody else is doing. Do I prefer working as a face or a heel? You know, for me, it doesn't really matter if I'm face or a heel. You know, a lot of times I prefer working as a heel better. It kind of fits with the gimmick better if I'm a heel than if I'm going out there as a baby. It's a little easier to work the gimmick. But as a preference, no, it's really about what the promoter wants. That's really all I care about. And I get to a show, what do you want me as a heel or face? You know, so do I have a preference? I kind of like being a heel, but really, it doesn't really matter. You know, how many characters have you developed over the years, and how many of them then face and heel? Actually, I've only had 2 gimmicks. Well, not including Asmodeus, so I actually should say 3 now. Since I started in 2001. When I first started, I actually bought a gimmick off my trainer named Super Meatsy. And it was actually from what my Truth told me. He's like, just starting off, you're not gonna be that good. You're gonna have blotches and blah blah blah. So you don't want to go out there, just as yourself, because people will remember you as this guy that, oh, this guy's not that good. So he just wanted you to go out here. So I did this mask gimmick as Super Meatsy. And forgive me, this is Michigan and the roads are wonderful here. Try to change lanes. So yeah, I bought this the gimmick off Truth named Meatsy, and I ran for that for a little bit, and had some fun with it. I mean, I was tagging with a good friend of mine, Kamikaze. We were doing the whole karate gimmick, and it was fun. It was fun for a while, but then I had to get serious, and that's when I came with Buddy Hanlon, and I ran with Buddy Hanlon to recently, since probably like 2002 to now 2018. 2017, because I stopped doing Buddy in 2017, and then of course I started Asmodeus. Really a 3. Well, if you're not including Squared Circle Review, but that's not really my gimmick. That's more Casey Miller's gimmick. It's just something I only do once in a while. So. Yeah, so this Super Meatsy is I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just Super Meatsy, Buddy Hamlin, and then Asmodeus. That's it. Money! Damn you toll roads. It is time for everybody's favorite question. The number one question I get asked all the goddamn time. And I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to fucking get heat for this question or whatever like that. Because everybody's seen the wrestler. Everybody has the goddamn internet. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You know, don't give me this shit. The number one question I'm always asked, man, is wrestling fake? Oh, what's he gonna say? Yes. And no. What do you mean, yes and no? There's only yes or no.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Let me explain, alright? Is wrestling fake? To a certain degree. I mean, if I wanted to go out there and beat the shit out of somebody, and I could. You put me in a ring with somebody and I go give him a suplex, I can easily drop him on his head and fucking kill this guy. Yeah. You know, yeah, we're in there working together. But keep in mind, like, that ring is not as soft as a lot of people think. I mean, one of the best things I heard was actually from an interview from Dan DeBeast-Severn. Dan DeBeast-Severn, if you don't know, is an MMA fighter. He was a champion. He's really big at MMA. And he worked for WWE for a while. And I slipped my mind. I can't remember what titles he's had or whatever. But he said he's been more beat up and had more injuries working for the WWE than he ever did in MMA. Jeez, brain fart. So keep that in mind. So yeah, we kind of know what's going on, you know, blah blah, you know what's going on. But like, what do you mean by no, it's not fake? Something that people don't realize is that this is a competition for us. This is a real competition. You know, no matter what you see online and everything like that, if you really think about it, you ask any wrestler, like 98% of them, not everybody, 98% of them, you ask them if they would want to be WWE champion. What's your goal? And they'll be like, oh, I want to be WWE champion. That's great. Guess what? There's two titles. There's two heavyweight titles in WWE. You know how many wrestlers there are? Thousands. All over the world that want to be WWE champion. Okay? So, this is where it gets to be really a competition. So when you get to a show, what are you going to do different? What's going to make you stand out, you know, from everybody else there? And he's like, you know, you get there, you get in there, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to have a mediocre match. You know, there's only like 5 people out there or whatever. And it doesn't matter because you don't know who's watching. You know, it's still that competition. I'm still going out there and trying to have the best match of that night. Why? Because I actually want to be the champion of that promotion. Because being the champion of that promotion makes noise. You know, other promotions say, oh, who's the champion of that promotion? Oh, it's Asmodeus. Oh, let's look at his matches. Oh, he's pretty good. I want him at my next show. So I go to his promotion. I get third belt, and then I start making noise, and then other bigger promotions start seeing me. And I can't do that unless I'm tearing it up in the ring, unless my body looks good, unless my gear looks good. You know, I'm not trying to look like everybody else. So yes, this is a real competition for us. And that's why I said, you know, is wrestling real or fake? Yes and no. It's a two-part question. It's not really fake for us because what we have to do, the sacrifices that we have to do to try to make it to that next level. Because like I said, if I go out there like tonight for Tim Horner for LPW. Would I like to be their heavyweight champion? Yeah, it'd be great. It'll look good, you know. But if I go out there and I stink it up and just have a shitty match, you really think Tim's going to be like, oh, let's put, you know, Asmodeus. Let's give Asmodeus the belt. You know, why would he? Why would he put the belt on me if I'm just going out there and stinking it? You know, stinking it up, and you know, the crowd's is not behind me and stuff like that. No, you know, so now I have to push myself to be better than everybody else in that locker room. What am I going to do different than everybody else in that locker room? So that's where the real competition's from. And you know, and another thing about like matches is that you gotta draw people into it. It's like, you know, a lot of people just like, everybody's seen the wrestler, everybody has the internet, they know like a lot of stuff gets scripted, you know, and yada 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 and stuff like that. It's like, oh, like one of my favorite things is like, oh, I don't watch that fake shit. But yeah, you'll go to the movies and you see a superhero movie, you know, and it's like, what about that fake shit? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's all about getting people hooked into it. I can literally like do a match where we can come out and be like, hey, you know, just to let you guys know, tonight, let's say like me and Caleb Steels are wrestling. You know, Caleb Steels is going to win tonight. Okay, would you still sit there and watch the match? Yeah, because we're going to sit there and we're going to tear it up and we're going to get you involved. We're going to have you on the edge of your seat. You know, even though you know who's going to win, we're still drawing you in. That's what we do. That's the entertainment factor of the business. Just like, here's a good example. Just like the Titanic. The movie the Titanic. People, one of the biggest movies that ever came out. Why did you go see it? Everyone knew the Titanic was going to sink. What was the big surprise? But you went for the story. You went to see what the story is about. How they went. How did Jack get off that boat? How, you know, that's where the entertainment value comes in. And that's pretty much the same thing with wrestling. We're going out there, we're going to the ring, we're telling the story, we're entertaining, you know, and we're doing our thing. That's where the business comes from. So as far as that question, oh, is wrestling real or fake anymore? You know, it's up to you. It's up to whatever you want to believe. You know, because I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, some of the stuff is scripted, but a lot of the hits, a lot of the bruises, chipped teeth, broken bones, you know, I mean, it's not a walk in the park. It's really, you know, it's not as fun as some people like to think it is. You know, some people are they hit a lot harder than the others. You know, so it's one of my all-time favorite questions because a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand. They're just like, oh, that fake shit and everything like that. I honestly believe NFL is more fake than wrestling ever would be. But that's just my preference, and I'm not fucking getting into that shit. All right, just got down to Fremont, Ohio for LPW, and this is where I leave you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Please drop a like. Give me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. What more do you want? And catch you guys next time.